what a great day for humanity this is. Mizkif finally returns to streaming after his 3-week vacation, and everyone's obviously super happy about it. No one's mad at all. OTK releases a statement that the investigation has been finalized, and they found that Mizkif obviously is not at fault of anything. In fact, no one in OTK is at fault of anything. No one knew anything that could prevent this situation. No one had any idea that Slick is a piece of shit, even though asmongold clearly admits it in a call that he completely does not address because, the investigation was ongoing. In fact, it was actually probably the girl's fault. Let's be honest here. And Slick is a 10 out of 10 angel. All this was just a heinous misunderstanding. Nothing foul at all here. And Mizkif's first stream event, well, as well as you probably would expect. Listen to this piece of Gemini right here.
Yeah, we make it no matter what, dude. One of my things is I am a master at cover-ups and reconstruction.
Me too, for 4 years.
Excuse me?
I think this will not look good like this.
This is absolutely great. And who's sitting behind him? Some girl named Emiru, who defended him, saying obviously nothing bad could ever happen. Mizkif would never know anything about this stuff. And, sexual assault, it's horrible. She would never be silent if anything like that happens. Obviously, this situation is a complete fucking shit show and farce. And some of you are probably thinking, wait, did OTK actually release a statement that the investigation is over? No, they did not. But this is what a lot of people do not understand. Because a lot of people who are watching Mizkif, OTK, and all of this garbage are either 14-year-olds or 25-year-olds who have never worked a single day in their life, or all their work experience is 2 days at McDonald's before they resigned and went back to their parents' basements. So these people do not understand a couple of things. And let me explain to you, give you a little bit of knowledge how the real world works. Because I see a huge lack of it. If you have a situation like this, where Mizkif is under so much fire and there's an investigation, and he suddenly just returns after 3 weeks, acts like nothing fucking happened and is just a little bit sad and that's it. And the owner, asmongold, and I'm saying the owner because he is the actual owner of OTK. No one can convince me that he does not own 51% of OTK. And for those of you who do not know, even if the company is not publicly traded, if you have multiple owners, those owners are split percent-wise. And there, I have absolutely no doubt that asmongold holds 51% of OTK, so he can make any executive decision that he deems fit at times when needed. AKA like this, And he seemingly did. Because in the leaked Mizkif call, well, asmongold said, when Mitch Jones asked what's going to happen to OTK, he said, don't worry about it. I'm going to make it all okay. In fact, he wanted to call this, the victim of this situation, the girl, and thank her because she got sexually assaulted. Why? Well, because he thinks it's a really good thing that happened, because otherwise there's a chance that something worse could have happened in the future, and then OTK and by proxy everyone involved would have looked even worse. So, a 10 out of 10 upstanding citizen. But no reports from OTK, no posts from anyone. Mizkif is back. Obviously, the investigation, at some point, it will probably be concluded now that Mizkif decided to stream and make jokes about it. So he probably did not heed asmongold's words when he most likely told him, do not fucking even talk about this, you idiot. It's an absolute 10 out of 10 banger situation, and it's looking bleak. But admittedly, most likely, let's be real, nothing's gonna really change. People are really mad. But we have already, if you have not listened to the leak call, you probably should, because it's really good. You can see asmongold not giving two shits about the girl and only caring about the company and what's going to happen now, He's going to take care of it. It pretty much is clear at this moment that Slick, being a piece of shit that tried to take advantage of girls, was pretty much an open secret at this point, and everyone just fucking ignored it and hoped for the best. Well, these situations happen when you ignore everything and hope for the best. Absolutely nothing here. I hope that we actually do get a finalized verdict of the investigation, if it even honestly happened. I think personally it's bullshit, considering asmongold, after the leaked call was done, said, well, you're probably all very interested about what was said in that call, but I can't say anything because it's an ongoing investigation. An investigation you are paying for, an investigation that doesn't care about you explaining what you said because that doesn't actually impact it, because it just doesn't matter. So you actually had the ability to say whatever the fuck you wanted, because that would not impact the investigation at all. Everyone in OTK, Mizkif included to a certain degree, is obviously trying to sweep this under the rug as much as possible. Pretend that it didn't happen. Everyone's life is just going on ahead, and no one was involved. And considering their fan bases are immature people or people who are mature but sadly have a very limited life experience, this is probably going to be more or less swept under the rug. But if even something remotely close to this happens in a company, and since OTK is a company, I can tell you how this most likely happens. Either it completely gets destroyed with lawyers, which is not an option for them because they're all public figures in the public spotlight, and that would literally instantaneously destroy them, like completely without question in this case. Usually, in a company, if anything like this happens, anyone in the board of directors does something like that, all of the board of directors are gone. It is a complete fundamental switch of the people in power in a company. Because when something like this happens, and your owner is literally a cover-upper, and other people with even more influence knew about it but didn't do nothing, and then are caught on call saying some of the craziest fucking sleaziest shit ever, your whole board gets completely swapped because everyone on the board knows that is happening to a certain degree. Maybe they don't know 100% of the story, but everyone knows that something is up. They know that something wrong is happening, but they don't know probably to what extent it's fully happening in a lot of situations. And that's when the whole board, everyone gets swapped, because there's no other way. Because the bad influence on the company exists. Mizkif has an owner, considering he advocates for this type of behavior pretty obviously. He never once has actually expressed any regret about the situation, and we see it clearly here that his tweet longer was absolute lies because of this clip just right here, considering how little care he is showing about it. It is great. The company is completely rotted. Also, if you're wondering, then OTK, everyone in OTK knows that Mizkif is a racist, and it's pretty visible if you would watch. I'm gonna link a video down below where we go over some things that happened 5 months ago that, in context now, knowing the situation that has unfolded, make it pretty clear that everyone in OTK knows that Mizkif absolutely is a 100% racist towards black people. So, another 110 out of 10 win for OTK right there. It's probably gonna be swept under the rug. People are gonna, just forget about it, because let's face it again, 14-year-olds don't give a shit. They just want to watch a little bit of drama, and, this is drama at the end of the day. So, it is what it is. Keep it alive as much as possible. I'm milking it as much as possible because these situations with these people will happen time and time and time probably again. Because they're fundamentally 20-year-old millionaires who absolutely are dissociated from the world, from normal people, and they can't even relate. They think they're the hot shit. They think that there's no consequences to their actions. They think that they can do whatever they want, and it's great. Keemstar's also somewhere here posting, and it's pretty funny. People are fucking pissed, though. Mizkif went back, and Mizkif stands, by the way, are obviously defending him. Oh, here's another cool moment, probably. Let's watch this.
It was so much. I just walked away. I had to. I could not sit there and react to it or see it or look at it. It was just so much, I had to walk away. I think the smartest thing I did in this whole situation is I walked away. because I think that helped me a lot is by
Yeah. At no moment, let this sink in. At absolutely no moment, Mizkif is showing any regret for anyone but himself and his friend. At absolutely no moment does he think about how anyone else is impacted except him and his friend. This is just peak self-interest.
just not talking. Like, I just shut up. That honestly is the lesson I learned, is just shut the fuck up. Like, you just gotta shut up. It was been the shittiest 3 weeks of my life, easily. Easily the shittiest 3 weeks of my life.
Oh no. He had 3 bad weeks in his multi-million-dollar house and all his millions. Oh no. With people still sucking his dick constantly. Oh no. Poor Mizzy. Poor Mizzy. Anyway, let's hope this situation does not die down and people are actually held responsible for the shit that has happened. Hopefully.